Hello, wonderful people. This is Tom Check with Choice Coaching, where we help you unlock your inner awesomeness. And today is a short video about curiosity. Curiosity is maybe one of the best superpowers anybody can ever have. And the nice part is that curiosity is a skill that you can develop. It's a superpower that you build, not one that you're born with. So why is curiosity important? Well, for one thing, curiosity gets you out of your own head. In today's day and age, for some reason, it's really common for us to feel like we need to be right. We need to demonstrate our knowledge to others. We need to make sure that they understand we're right. And sometimes that means proving them wrong. And when we need to be right, when we lose our curiosity about how other people experience the world or how the world works, when we need to be right, we stop actually connecting with other humans. Because if I'm just here to think about what I'm about to say so that I can make sure you understand I'm right, I'm never actually listening to you. I'm never hearing who you really are. And the byproduct of this most often is, when I try and demonstrate my rightness to somebody else, very rarely do they agree that I am right. Every political conversation or religious conversation or any of those conversations that happen around the Thanksgiving table that all of us dread because they turn into arguments are demonstrations of our lack of curiosity. They start with me telling somebody how it is and why they're wrong. And as soon as you even imply that the other person is wrong, they immediately stop listening to you and they stop communicating with you. And they might nod their head and grunt or give you single syllable answers, but you've already lost them at that point. So curiosity is an incredible superpower for interpersonal communication, relationships, connection. Because when you're curious about somebody, they can't be wrong. Because when you're curious about somebody, you're not worried that they might convince you of something you don't believe. Instead, you wonder why they believe what they believe. You recognize that there's a reason they are who they are, and you want to find out why that is and who they are, not because you want to change them, but because you want to understand them. Right? This goes all the way back to 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, or one of those types of books. Seek first to understand, and then to be understood. That's curiosity. And curiosity doesn't just play out in interpersonal relationships. Curiosity about the world around you opens doors. Because when I don't assume that I know how something works, I have to find out how it works. And that's when I spend enough time and I go deep enough into an idea or a topic or a subject. I have a question that I need answered so that my curiosity can be matched and I can move on with my day. And that curiosity leads me to learn all sorts of really interesting things that are hiding just below the surface when I recognize that I don't know how everything in the world works. And that sounds really silly to say out loud, but it's true. Our brains are hardwired to create patterns so that we don't have to spend as much time thinking. It's energy efficient to know. It's not energy efficient to be curious, because you have to slow down. You have to ask questions, the answers of which you may or may not already know, but which you are convinced you do. So whether it's learning a new subject or a new language, whether it's learning a job skill, or whether it's learning the skills of personal change and development, like are so often the topic in my videos, curiosity takes more time. It takes more energy, but you actually get payoff. Because you don't just read a book and kind of say, I already knew most of that, and put it back on the shelf. You don't get to speed read it, that's for sure. Because when you're curious, every chapter is its own little world. And every chapter has all sorts of things to teach you. And every person has all sorts of things for you to learn from them, if only you'll be curious. So my invitation to you is, first and foremost, identify where you struggle most to be curious. The likely answer is whatever you come up with is the part of your life where you are not feeling the most fulfilled. Maybe you're not chasing professional development opportunities because you're just not curious because you know how to do your job. But if you get curious, maybe your job will actually be more fun because it won't just be the grind that you go to from 9 to 5. Identify where you suck at being curious and then bring some intentionality to bear in that place. Identify how you could be more curious. Stop believing you know all the answers and start wondering what you don't know. It will change your life, and it will change the way that you interact with others, and it will change the way that you interact with everything. Because there's an amazing world out there, and you only get to see the tiniest piece of it. But when you're curious, you get to see more, and you get to see it more often. So that's all I've got for you today. Go find a place to be curious in your life, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon.